Once upon a time, in the heart of a village, surrounded by lush greenery, beautiful huts, and ancient trees, there flowed a beautiful and sparkling river. This river was no ordinary one. It was the dwelling place of a radiant goddess named Malaika. Her beauty was unmatched, and the villagers revered her, for she blessed their lives with abundance and prosperity. Malaika's river was a source of life for the village. Its sparkling waters were not only a physical sustenance but a spiritual one as well. The river was said to bring blessings to the women of the village, ensuring fertility and joy in their lives. Newly wedded couples visited the river with sacrifices and offerings to pray for both male and female children. Couples who have been married for some time without children also visited the river with peace offerings to be favored with the fruit of the womb. However, these blessings came with a set of rules and regulations that the villagers were expected to follow and never disobey. The rules were straightforward but very important. Any girl or woman in her menstrual period must refrain from fetching water or bathing in the river. Non-indigenous visitors were forbidden from bathing or washing clothes in the river on the days dedicated to honoring Malaika. Additionally, during the annual festival, a virgin was chosen to serve as the sacrifice to appease the river goddess, praying for the prosperity of all indigents. Failure to adhere to these rules had dire consequences, as the village was soon to discover. One day, a group of carefree university students from a neighboring city decided to visit the river for a picnic as they had heard of its beauty and serene environment. Unaware that the particular day they decided to come to the river for a picnic was a holy day dedicated to Malaika, they arrived at the river with excitement, drawn to its sparkling waters and serene environment. In the spirit of youthful exuberance, some of the students, boys and girls alike, decided to take a dip in the river. Little did they know that their actions would set off a chain of events that would shake the foundation of the entire village. Two boys from the picnic party, after getting bored of sitting for a long time by the river bank, dived into the sacred waters. At first, they were swimming and enjoying the coolness of the water. However, after some time an unknown force began to pull them underneath the waters. They screamed for help from their friends at the river bank, but before help could reach them, they disappeared without a trace. The atmosphere shifted from joy to panic as their girlfriends, suddenly sober, raised an alarm and rushed back to their school. The school authorities, realizing the severity of the situation, contacted the dedicated followers and priestess of Malaika, who demanded a special sacrifice to appease the angered goddess. The priestess of Malaika River made her consultations and informed them that for the bodies of the boys to be found, one person from each of the boys' families must become dedicated followers of Malaika. However, grief-stricken and afraid, the families adamantly refused, which further angered the river goddess. Malaika, in her wrath, unleashed mayhem upon the village. It was from one calamity to another. Livestock such as goats, cows, chickens, pigs, rams started dying one after the other, leading to food shortage in the land.
The women lost their ability to conceive and kept on complaining of constant pain in their belly. And the once clear sparkling river turned into a dark brown dirty color, unfit for drinking and bathing. The river, once a source of life, became a symbol of suffering. The river goddess Malaika also extended the sufferings beyond the village. The river goddess, once a month, took the lives of motorists crossing the bridge built over her sacred waters. Accidents multiplied, claiming the lives of both indigenes and non-indigenes alike. Desperate for a solution, the king of the village sought the advice of his wisest elders, who directed him to a one-eyed seer in a distant village. Determined to save his people, the king dispatched a group of elders to find the seer and seek a solution to lift the curse that had befallen their village. The journey to the distant village was long and dangerous. The elders faced challenges, from treacherous terrains to wild animals, but their determination kept them going. Finally, they arrived at the humble abode of the one-eyed seer, whose wisdom was said to surpass the boundaries of the ordinary. The seer listened intently to the plight of the village and, after moments of deep contemplation, revealed the solution. To appease the river goddess Malaika, 2 boys must be found, willing to give their lives in place of the boys who had vanished. These chosen boys must embark on a perilous journey to the evil forest and locate the talking tree at the boundary of the land of the living and the land of the spirits. If they could reach the tree and be accepted into the land of the spirits, Malaika would be appeased, and the curse would be lifted. Back in the village, the news of the seer's advice spread like wildfire. Among the villagers, there were 2 best friends, hunters known for their bravery. Touched by the suffering of their people, they made the selfless decision to sacrifice themselves for the greater good of the village. Members of their families tried to stop them from going, but their minds were made up. The friends, with hearts filled with courage and determination, embarked on the perilous journey to the evil forest. Their path was fraught with challenges, from dense forest filled with ominous shadows to mysterious sounds that tested their resolve. There was even a moment when they saw visions of their sisters beckoning them to stop and eat. The spirits used these illusions to try and divert them from their sacred mission. Almost swayed by the tempting images, the friends came to their senses, remembering the importance of their quest, and the visions of their sisters vanished. Undeterred, the friends pressed on until they finally reached the talking tree. The ancient tree, wise and ancient, revealed the final task to them. To open the gates to the spirit world, they had to sing a melodious tune that would touch the hearts of the spirits. The friends, with sincerity and love for their village, began to sing. The air was filled with the sweet notes of their song, and miraculously, the gates to the spirit world swung open. They had succeeded. The friends crossed over into the realm of the spirits. Meanwhile, back in the village, a miraculous transformation occurred. The river sparkled once again, livestock thrived, and the curse was lifted. The villagers rejoiced, their hearts brimming with gratitude for the sacrifice of the 2 brave friends. However, the families of the heroic boys grieved, knowing that their loved ones were gone forever. To honor their sacrifice, the village decided that both families would become part of the royal lineage, eligible to be kings. The families, once mourning, now stood as a symbol of courage and selflessness.